What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel today, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today's video is an absolutely busted mono blue list. In fact, it's so busted, this has probably the best stats I've ever had on any deck I've created after 10 matches. We went 9-1 in total completion with this deck as of where I'm speaking right now. So this has a 90% current win rate for me. We're talking about mono blue monument. Cue the intro. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another deck breakdown. This one, like I said in the intro, is an absolute powerhouse. It takes a concept that we're already familiar with the Forsaken Monument and colorless artifacts, and tying it into, you know, a mono-colored deck. Like the old version would be mono black is a perfect example of a previous deck that was very similar to this one, but today we're taking it to mono blue, and I think it works really well because we've got some new really cool cards like Wandering Archaic and Strixhaven Stadium. But before we dive into that and break this thing down, you know, card by card, and get into the gameplay footage, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I just ask you to take a moment to do so. It's a free way to help support the channel and getting us growing and out to more of the community, as well as hitting that little notification bell. That would be for you. That way you get notified whenever we post a video, which is 3 times a week, as well as when we go live on Wednesdays. We'd love to see you guys in the chat. But anyways, let's break this thing down. So this is a very standard Forsaken Monument / Ugin deck, where the idea behind this deck is to ramp extremely quickly into an Ugin through the monument, with the monument coming down on the battlefield, which we have 3 of. This card basically states that all of our colorless creatures get +2/2, but the best part about this card is that when we tap colorless permanents for mana, it counts as 2. So we essentially double our mana depending on our situation of what mana we have on the battlefield. This could technically get come down on turn 4 with some of our mana rocks that we run, and then we could turn 5 Ugin, which would be fantastic. So getting to an Ugin is extremely easy with this deck and extremely quick, and so we don't really typically struggle too hard with aggressive matchups. I thought that would be where our faults lie, but we've been really fine with those aggro matchups because we've been able to exile everything with Ugin fairly quickly, and then we were able to gain a lot of life with the monument as well, because whenever we cast colorless spells, we gain 2 life. Well, we've got some really cool new toys with Wandering Archaic. We got 4 of these bad boys in the deck. So this has a double side to it. It has another side to the card as a sorcery spell, basically stating that you and your opponent both get to search your deck up to 5 cards deep, and then you get to pull out a land card as well as an instant and sorcery card. I actually misread that at the beginning. I thought it was one or the other, but you actually get to pull out both. If you're able to find a sorcery or instant card and a land card, you can pull out both, and then both you and your opponent both gain 3 life, which is really kind of cool. But typically we're playing this for the other side. We're playing this for the creature side. It's a 5-drop 4/4, which doesn't sound great, but whenever your opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, it's kind of like a magecraft ability here. We get to copy that spell unless our opponent wants to pay 2 to stop us from doing so. That can be really good, and our opponents typically have no idea how to play around that, and they don't really quite understand how good that side of the card is. I personally didn't either, but I was able to figure it out after playing the deck a little bit, and you're going to see some really cool effects with that ability, being able to copy our opponent's spells, which is really awesome. But anyways, on to another new card. 3 Strixhaven Stadiums. This is going to be adding basically a mana rock to the field, so it's a nice little ramp card. Every time we tap it, though, we get to put a counter onto it, and if we reach up to 10 counters, we get to win the game. And if our opponent deals damage to us, we minus counters, and if we deal damage to our opponent, we add counters as well. So we can actually have an alternate win con here, but typically this is just going to be for a mana rock, or B, kind of threaten the idea that we could win the game in an alternate way and really disrupt what our opponent's trying to do, because they may have to actually deal with this quickly, or you know, they might see it on the battlefield getting kind of close, and they're going to want to deal with that. But Strixhaven Stadium strictly mostly in the deck for a mana rock value, but it could win us the game essentially over time. And then we also have Skyclave Relic, which is really nice because it can be kicked, and this is another mana rock that could add a crazy amount of mana to our total early. And then we also now go into a Maze Mind Tome. So these are all of our colorless spells. You're all familiar with Maze Mind Tome, but we have 4 of them in this deck to help us, you know, mana fix as well as draw cards. But now we get into our blue spells. So we have another new blue spell here, another new Strixhaven spell, Divide by Zero. Basically, it's an Aether Gust. You get to bounce things back to our opponent's hands, whether they're on the battlefield or they're currently casting that spell. And then we get to learn. Let's talk about that. So we get to learn. So we have a learn board over here. We have one lesson transformation. This card is not going to be used very often, but there is a one of in here. It basically says it's at the end of turn, target non-land permanent loses all abilities and becomes your choice to be a blue fog creature, base power and toughness of 1/1, a blue octopus creature of 4/4. So could use it to benefit yourself, could use it to try to make your opponent creature smaller, but it is a sorcery used on your turn, so it is a little bit trickier. We also have environmental sciences to help us mana fix. We have teachings, which is great. We have 2 of. We can actually draw cards if our opponent has more cards than us. We also have prophecy, which is what I use the most of, scrying 2 and then just drawing a card. We also have fractal summoning, which can be really, really big. You'll see that we got to use this card in one of our games, and it got really big because we have so much mana ramp and so much value once that monument hits the battlefield. And then we also have Introduction to Annihilation, which exiles a permanent, and that opponent or us gets to draw a card. So that's on there as well. And then we also have 4 Brazen Borrowers just to bounce and to keep the tempo of the deck going. It helps slow down the pace to get to Ugin. Also, it's a great way to kind of fly over the top, trigger some stadium triggers. We've also got Foresight coming just to kind of, you know, once we get the battlefield established and we take the lead, we want some counter magic to kind of stop our opponent from doing things. And then we also have 3 all runs epiphanies. This will help us as well because we can actually foretell this and then cast it on turn 6, and then it'll give us an extra turn to try to hopefully get to that Ugin play if we're a little short on mana. So all runs epiphany is a great card for that, as well as flyers help get us to Strixhaven Stadium. So it kind of synergizes pretty well. The mana is pretty basic. We got 14 islands. We got ways to gain life with Radiant Fountain, and then another win con and Crawling Barrens. But that's going to be it for the deck breakdown, guys. If you guys like the list, be sure to like the video. I'd appreciate that. And then also, we're going to get into gameplay footage. After that, we're going to get into the breakdown of the deck, talk about how we liked it, if it played really well, and maybe some changes we would make. So stick around to the end of the video, and we'll see you guys there. Till next time, peace. All right, here we go. We're going to be playing some mono blue today. I mean, it's going to be mono blue, but it's got a lot of artifacts in it, and we're going to be mostly artifacts and things like that, but we'll give it a shot here. Got a pretty good start because we get to go first. We have a tome as well as the Wandering Archaic, I think is how you say it. But anyways, this card is pretty sweet. I can't wait to give it a shot. We're not really going to be using its backside to explore the vast lands. It's not very good for us because basically what this card states is that, you know, top 5 cards of each of our libraries, me and my opponent, and we get to both either choose a instant sorcery or land card and put it into our hand, I believe. And it's not very good for us because we're not running a whole lot of instant sorcery stuff. We mostly want the Wandering Archaic side. It really incentivizes our opponent not to cast spells. Otherwise we get the choice to copy them. But it seemed like such a cool card, I wanted to add it to the artifact deck and list here. I'm definitely going to scry here, try to keep up with the life gain. That could be good because it does reset counters on one of our opponent's things. Could be good. We'll keep it. We'll keep it on top. All right, so go and pass the turn here. Not much we can do. We are a little bit of a slow deck, and that's fine. We do typically try to ramp extremely fast to try to get to Ugin and wipe a board, but this particular matchup, we might be all right. We might be okay here. I honestly made this deck a couple of days ago, so my sideboard with all my lesson spells, I'm actually forget exactly what I have in there. I gotta try to remember. All right, no other plays other than the Shambler, huh? Crawling Barrens is really good. So we can hold up the Brazen Borrower bounce as well as foretell this, so I think that's what we're going to do. We also, if we don't want to bounce anything, we could just draw a card again with the Maze Mind Tome. We're getting there. We're at 4 mana. As soon as we get to Ugin, I think we pretty much win almost any game, really. So if we could just get to Ugin, we'll be good to go. Also, the Wandering Archaic gets to come in here. So they're main phasing the Shambler tokens. Okay. So I definitely don't need to bounce anything then, so I'll just go ahead and draw a card. They're not really putting any pressure on me, so if they don't want to put pressure on me, I will take that time to further my card advantage. All right, and pass the turn. I did not want to play this hard casted on 5. It's a 4/4 body, which is really nice. It really is, but I think bouncing something here, maybe even divide by 0, could be pretty good. All right, that's fine. I can divide by 0 on the actual Lovestruck Beast side of things. Go ahead, we'll see you later. And then we'll bounce maybe one of these Shamblers here. That way they can reset the tokens on them. Also, let's see what we can get here. Let's go with... maybe we need some more card draw. Opponent's definitely not going to have more cards than us at any point, so I think we're going to go for the Prophecy here. Alright, so we're going to bounce the Shambler. Oh, they're still going to just pump up the Shambler, huh? Alright, we'll reset this one then. We're at, what, 5 mana, huh? Okay, we're at 5 mana. We'll save the actual Maze Mind Tome here. We might want to draw a card with that down the road. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Do we want to scry and draw and then just draw again? How much mana are we at? 6? 6 mana, huh? We could foretell, or we could just all runs Epiphany and take another turn here to get to 7, getting us a step closer. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just go ahead and Epiphany here, getting us 1 turn closer to Ugin. And do we want to scry? Probably not. Another tome, huh? All right. Okay. All right, let's Prophecy here. Another Epiphany. Don't mind if I do, but I would like to hit a land drop. And we do have bodies to block with this turn, so that's good. We could chump block the bigger things. We also gain 4 life. Oh, and then we don't hit our land drop. Oh no, we really need to hit that land drop next turn. This does obviously get us to an Ugin, which is great, but we'd have to survive 2 turns instead of 1. Which I still think is very likely. We could definitely do that, but... Actually, we have the Epiphany, I forgot, so we're good. We actually have two potential turns to get to the Ugin, so... This is by no means our greatest of games with this deck, because we didn't exactly get the best of draws, but we're still looking really good in this position. We're in a really prime position here to sweep the board and just take it over. We're about to sweep the leg, baby. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Take 3 all day. Take 3 all day. And we draw a Radiant Fountain. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? We get to gain a little bit of life, and we get to Ugin as well. So they're going to go for the Scavenging Ooze play here. They're looking at our graveyard, but unfortunately for them, they're pretty screwed here with the Ugin coming down. We also have a backup Ugin, as well as another Epiphany. These are some powerful spells that our opponent just is not ready to deal with. And I don't imagine they have anything with haste. I mean, they could have a Questing Beast, obviously. Could attack me too, right to the face, and kill my Ugin, which would be savage. But we'll see. Oh, Faceless Haven too. They also have that. They can kill the Ugin with that. Very well. Very well. That's fine by me. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Alright, so I do want to get down to Forsaken Monument this turn, I think. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaves me with 3 mana left over. potentially more than 3 because of the Forsaken Monument's ability to make these, you know, play for more. So I think I could do both of these, honestly. Let's do it like this. And then do it like this. Beautiful. All right, so now we get to copy any sort of spells that our opponent wants to play. Plus, we have a 6/6 body on the field. So that's kind of nice. But our opponent's really a creature-based deck, so this Wandering is not going to really do a whole lot for us here. Are they really going to run that right into the Wandering here? I don't think so, but if they do, that definitely means they have what? Primal Might? That still doesn't get them enough damage. I think they made a mistake here. I think that's why they're taking a little while. No, it is Primal Might. I'll do it first. My copy goes first, so bye. Yikes! They didn't expect that, did they? All right, well, we'll do this, I guess. My copy went first. Wow, that was really cool. Oh man, the Wandering Archaic is busted. Let's freaking go, dude. Yo, man, the copies, you gotta remember the copies always go first, right? Copies are always the first things that get casted. So us being able to hit them with that Primal Might first was so clutch. This is interesting. It's not great. This is not a great hand here. Oh man, I'm gonna keep it though. I'm gonna keep it because I'm a glutton for punishment. Oh, and it's mono red. I had a weird feeling that they were gonna say that. All right, well, I get the Strixhaven Stadium, which is a mana rock, gets us to the Ugin faster, and we get a Maze Mind Tome. That was so clutch too, because now we get to gain a little bit of life and hopefully fish out some more blue mana for our All-Runs Epiphany here. This has got to be the slowest mono red deck I've ever played, thank God. Oh, I see. You're up to that kind of nonsense. I see, I see, I see. I wish I could keep it, but I can't, so there you go. Let's drop the mana rock. Opponent can't attack yet. They don't have enough treasures. It's a big body, but it doesn't really matter. The greatest thing about the stadium is the fact that it actually gets a Strixhaven counter on it just for tapping it. So we allow our opponent to hit us first, right? This is the key, right? You gotta let your opponent actually hit you first, and then you tap the Strixhaven, because you lose a lore counter when you get hit. So then after you get hit, then you put the lore counter on it. Let's go ahead and scry. We definitely want to gain this life eventually. Ooh, there we go. That's some blue mana. We'll take it. Got to get to that All-Runs Epiphany, you know what I'm saying? Foretell that, and then what else? What else? I think that's it. We just draw a card here, I think. 4, 5, 6 mana. 6 mana. Potentially could cast an All-Runs Epiphany to block these dragons with if I find a blue source. So that's gonna be the play. We're gonna try to dig for a blue source here. We'll put a stop just in case we miss it on the card draw here. All right, opponent is gonna take away that lore or that Strixhaven counter. It's fine. How many treasures does this need? Unless you control 4 or more. Okay. Another tome. Gotta find that blue source. Come on, we can do it. We're back up to 18. So looking pretty good on health total here. Field of Ruin, not good. Shoot. Okay, well, Divide by 0 is actually pretty good. It's not bad. So let's go with the tome here. And what else? I just realized I forgot to tap that on my turn, huh? The fault. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. All right, then we got Divide by 0. Actually, we don't have Divide by 0. I just tapped out. Yikes, I'm not doing so good right now, guys. My brain is not working, apparently. All right, so we got, what, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana on board. Looking for our 7th. Not great. Let's put a stop here. I'm pretty sure we could find the blue source here, but let's give it our best shot. All right, so the dragon still can't attack. Looking for 4. Still looking for 4. They take away a counter. It's all good. Draw a card. Jeez, we can find more Maze Mind Tomes than we can blue mana, huh? Alright, let's go. There we go. Alright, so we're chilling. Now we could go ahead and we could play our All Runs Epiphany to get another turn here. We could scry to find the mana that we need to cast our Ugin. Scry here. Let's find it. Oh, Stadium is mana, but it's not the mana we're looking for. Looking for real mana here. There we go. That's a mana. That's a mana. Alright, so we got the Ugin though. So Ugin. Alright, so if we -5 and kill the dragon, right? If we do that and our opponent has another Goldspan dragon, they just killed the Ugin, and I'm sad, right? You don't want to be sad. So how do we do this? I think we have to play the Ugin, right? Divide by 0 is still good too. So is the Archaic. I think I'm gonna go with the Divide by 0 play with the Wandering Archaic. We have 2 blockers, right? Let's take one more turn. Let's try to hope our opponent commits more to the board here, and then we can Ugin. I'm just afraid of a backup Goldspan Dragon that can kill us. Plus, like I said, we have 2 flyers now to block with, so we're chilling. And we also have a Divide by 0 if we want to bounce something back to our opponent's hand. Ooh, see, they did commit more to the board. Look at that. Look at that. And they commit another giant. Oh, we definitely played that right. Damn, that's a lot of damage. All right, that's fine. I would have liked to keep that, but can't win them all. But our opponent did walk right into the Ugin play. They just committed way too much to the board, and they're about to lose it. They're about to lose everything. All right, my turn. Good game, my friend. Ugin is the good game dropper all day, every day. Good game. Opponent has a lot of mana out there though to be used up, so there is that. I'm so glad we were patient on that Ugin. Oh, it's a Frostbite though. That's fine. At least it's just a Frostbite. They're top decking now. I feel really good about that. We have a lot of ways to draw cards, gain life. We're looking really sweet right now. We have Crawling Barrens to just kind of win the game with as well. I also want to keep drawing cards though. Let's just attack with 1 Crawling Baron. Seems fine. Seems fine. We've got 6 counters on the Stadium. Holy cow, we might actually win with the Stadium here. That would be wild. Oh, they scoop it up before we can even do it though. That's not cool. Oh, I wanted to win with the Stadium. That would have been sick. Well done. GG. Man, so far this deck is pretty bonkers. Like, it's been pretty good. Honestly, I play tested it as well and I went like 3-1, so far so good, man. This is a really decent hand, but it's really slow. Opponent goes first. If they're aggro, could be in trouble here. We'll see. We'll see. All right, they take 1 mole. Okay, so there is it. So they're not going to be extremely fast, so I can live with that. I can live with that. We get the mana rock down fast, and then we can get right into the Forsaken Monument. Everything will be good to go. Definitely gonna foretell this. Opponent's on Teamer. Teamer, huh? Okay. World Tree action. We got some World Tree action. All right, all right. Part of me wants to hit the tome. That way I know we hit our land drop, but come on, game. Why didn't you give me the land that we needed here? Yeah, I guess I'll go tome. I have to make sure we hit this land drop. That's so unfortunate. We could have curved out really nicely to the monument, but I can't gamble whether or not we were going to top deck a land on this next go around. So unfortunate. That's another mana rock, but not what we were looking for. Let's go ahead and put it in full control here and then put a stop. Man, give me a land. Unbelievable. All right, well, we're getting mana screwed, but that's fine. All right, there we go. There we go. So now we got enough mana for the monument to come out next turn, which can gain us a lot of life and really start outvaluing our opponent as far as like how much mana we have. Oh man, do I put a? I think I need to put a stop here again. No one's scry again. It kind of stinks though because I really needed the card draw, but oh well. We have enough mana to hit a saw it coming though if our opponent wants to cast anything. They cycle a land when they need land. That seems odd. That seems really odd. Radiant Fountain, we'll take it. And now remember, colorless land like Radiant Fountain is going to count for double with the monument being out here, so that's pretty nice. The relic does not count for double, unfortunately. It's not a colorless land. Oh, they're trying to hit Tybalt. Wish I had this. Wish I had this. Oh, they get the prismatic bridge. That's fine. Guess what? Your prismatic bridge is no good here because of our friend Brazen Borrower. So we're chilling. I could also just exile it, huh? For 5? Seems pretty good. Okay. You want to play nonsense? I'll play nonsense. Good luck with this. There you go. There's your Tybalt's Trickery for you. That's what you get for playing Tybalt's Trickery, you know? That's what you get. That's what they get. No one likes that deck, man. Good game. Sorry to all my Tybalt's Trickery fans out there. I still love you, but please stop playing that deck. Thank you. Oh, man. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, this is a really decent hand. I could definitely keep this one. Opponent goes first, though. Radiant Fountain can help us keep, you know, in the game as well as Maze Mind Tome. Little divide by 0 to bounce some stuff. I can make this work all day long. Is it, huh? Is it? Well, I got a tome. Alright, so we got our Wandering Archaic. I swear, if that's not Archaic, I'm gonna feel really silly. I should probably look up how to pronounce that. Pretty sure that's the word, though. Pretty sure. Alright, we got a Field of Ruin too, which is okay, but against this deck, it's not gonna be... Oh, that's really good. Yikes, that's really good. Dang it! Prismari Command coming through clutch. What do they got here? Oh, they're trying to steal my creatures, huh? Okay, I see you. I see you out here trying to steal my creatures. My apologies. Allergies are running rampant at the moment. I took an allergy pill today, though, so I thought we'd be good in the clear, but apparently not. All right, so we need a land drop. Do we actually cast this and try to get the land that we need? I mean, I guess we could, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. We got it. Let's do it. Crawling Barrens? Yes, because our... Let's do that. Wait, what? They just... Wait, what? They just scooped off of that? They realized they got to do it too, right? Each player, so they were gonna go next, I think, right? But anyways, we were going to take the land and we were going to take the... So I don't know. I don't know why they quit there, but we'll take it, I guess. GG. Well, I can't say I know what happened there because I have no clue. But opponent did not like that card. Being that they are a Prismari deck, I would have expected them to, you know, thrive off the fact that we were playing that. I was just trying to make sure we hit our land drop so we can get out the Forsaken Monument the following turn, but oh well. I guess maybe because I guess the Wandering could have been something they might be triggered about, because they could have been like, shoot, our deck is all spells, so if we casted the Wandering side of things, but I don't know. I honestly can't get into the brain or the mindset of what they just did there. We have Strixhaven Stadium. Let's go. Let's see what our opponent's got going on here. Oh, they mulliganed again? There's no way this is Tibble's Trickery, is it? No shot. Alright, it's not. It's not. But it's annoying. Oh, how do we deal with this? How do we deal with being milled by a crab? We really don't have an answer for that, do we? Shoot. And they have an Evolving Wilds right off the top, huh? Okay. Let's just hope we can find an Ugin. But it's going to be too late, and we're going to get countered by then. They mulliganed so many times, though, we might be able to pull this off. We'll see. A couple of counter spells, a couple of mana rocks. We'll see. Alright, so that's fine. Here comes the Thought Thief, sure. Sure, I guess. Of one mind, of course. Of course. Don't really want to cast any of our mana rocks at the moment. Just hold up some counter magic. See what our opponent wants to do here. We have Assault coming over here, so we can keep our foretold one over here. That to me reads like a Into the Story, so that's good. That's good. All right. Well, they're eating me alive here. Eating me alive in my graveyard. All right. Let's gain a little bit more life. Would really like to get the monument down, but unfortunately, we gotta hold up some counter magic. Hold up some counter magic, say go. Hopefully the monument can come down next turn. I don't know. I think we just gotta keep holding that counter magic. They're really beating themselves to death with their own lands. Seems like a really weird thing to do if you're not gonna be playing anything. I guess they are scared of the counters though. Good on them. They know we have it, so. Let's go for the stadium play. Stadium. Let's see if they counter it. I'm cool if they counter our mana rocks, honestly. I'm totally fine with that. Come on, play your Into the Story. Village rights. You just lost your crab for nothing, my friend. Let's go. No counter magic, please? Oh, shoot. If they counter that, that'd be so unfortunate. I hope. No way. Let's go. I'll take that all day. We forced them into sacking their entire board for 2 creatures. Or for 2 cards. That's a win. Oh, no. Into the Story? Are you kidding? Oh man, and then they shoot. At least we stopped the milling, right? We stopped them milling us. That's a start. How many Ugins did they hit, by the way? No Ugins? Oh. So you're saying there's a chance. And they tap out? Oh, they tapped out. That means we get something here for sure. Do we go Monument, maybe? Like that? Yes. Yes, like that. And then we have counter magic. Perfect. All right, good to go. Then Ugin comes down next turn. Let's go. Let's frickin' go, dude. All right, so we have counter magic. So do we want to counter something they do now, or do we want to counter potentially their counter against Ugin? That's the question, right? I think we protect our Ugin with the counter. But if they tap out for something really big here, like let's say an Into the Story, I could counter that and feel pretty safe about it. Man, they're going to town on milling me. Is there a sand coming? Oh, that would have been a good counter too. Is there a sand? All right. Well, here we go. Here we go. They draw a card. Man, if they have 2 Into the Stories though, I'm gonna feel really sad. Village Rights. All right, we let them have it. I might regret that, but let's see. Nope, they still go. Okay, perfect. So there's only, unless they haven't played a land yet, we only need to worry about 1 counter spell. Jeez, they're really sending it here, huh? Perfect. We are really good to go now. All right, Ugin is resolving for sure. Ugin resolves, we only need a -1. Perfect. I can actually counter that too. I can counter that and resolve an Ugin. All right, let's do it. Let's frickin' do the thing. Good luck with that one. All right, so can we kick this? No? Let's just hold on to it then. I'd rather kick this. I'm greedy, so I'd rather kick it. Oh, I guess I could have played the Wandering. Oh, dang it. Oh, that's a mistake. I should have played the Wandering. What was I thinking there? I honestly had no idea what I was thinking there. I guess I just wasn't. Dang, if I had the Wandering out there too, we could copy their spells. Oh, we could have copied that. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yo, I am so dumb. How did I not play that? Like, I was so focused on the sky. That's fine. That's fine. Don't shoot me up in the comments. This is a relatively new deck for me. Sometimes you make dumb mistakes when you're playing a new deck. We could have easily copied that though, and I guess they would have paid for us not to copy it though, but it's fine. Either way, mistakes were made. All right, so we have bounce effects here, which is nice. Okay, so this still would leave us with 2 mana. All right, perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it. We gain a little bit of life here. We have all the mana in the game. And we say go. Like, what are they going to do now, you know? Like, Blood Chief's Thirst is obviously not great for us, but... Ooh, milling us too could be really problematic. Down to 16. Gotta get them dead this next turn. Otherwise, they could mill us. Oof, that's actually really bad. What to do, what to do. Is it whenever they cast, enters the battlefield? So I could bounce this to potentially make them lose a little bit of milling off of us, but it's not great. I'd rather, I think, flash this in as a flyer. Yes, sir. I would love to copy that unless you want to pay 2. Don't pay 2. Oh, let's go. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, looks like we didn't get punished too hard for not playing it last turn. Man, me missing that play really took it from like winning this game easily to like now we're like kind of on a tightrope. This deck is so good though, man. I'm really enjoying this one. I really love mono blue whenever I can make it work. All right, so if they don't do anything, flashing into Borrower is definitely the way to go. Then I divide by 0 on the Enforcer and we just get in there. Go face. They are looking at their graveyard. What are they doing? Ah, I see. I see. And then we go for what? Doesn't really matter, does it? No, it doesn't really matter. We bounce this, right? Well, it doesn't matter. We can copy that, but we have nothing in our graveyard. We can bounce this and then go... Oh, okay. They're just going to swing and give up their life total that way. That's a mistake. Whoops. Either way, though, we had him dead. We were going to bounce with the Brazen Borrower, and then we were going to get him for 6 plus the 3. So that's a GG's all around. Let's go, baby. We flying through Platinum right now. All right, here we go. One last game for the road, and then we will finish this video off with some final thoughts. Here we go. What do we got? Ooh, this is tough. Well, it's still keepable though, because if we foretell this right on turn 2, we play Skyclave Relic, it becomes playable. Both of these become playable, so I think we can keep this. Oh boy, up against mono white. That's a really fast deck. Let's hope they don't have... Oh, it's even worse. It's Winota. It's Winota. Okay, well, divide by 0 is going to be pretty key to getting Winota back in their hand. Divide by 0 could be very helpful here. Very solid card, man. Really, really cool new card from Strixhaven for sure. Spellbinder. Ew. All right, fine. What are you going to take? You should take the Skyclave Relic, but I have another one, so it doesn't really matter. I guess divide by 0 could be pretty bad for us too. Let's hope they take the Wandering Archaic though. They do, okay. I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. Hey, that's a good top deck. That's a good top deck, so maybe we don't need to play the Relic then. Thank goodness. Not being able to play the Relic here is fine, but we can hold up the counter magic for the Winota. Another Spellbinder? How annoying. Okay, well, we'll divide that by 0. We'll save the actual hard counter for Winota. Let's see. Scry 2, draw 2. I keep going for the Prophecy, huh? I mean, it's still a great card. This could be good until the end of turn. Never mind, that's not that good. Let's go for the Prophecy. Let's go for the Prophecy. Say go. We take a little bit of damage here. That's actually quite a bit of damage, but we'll worry about that later. All right, Field of Ruin. Relic comes in. Saw it coming is still open. Do we counter another Elite Spellbinder though? Or do we, like I said, hold it for like a Winota? I don't know. I think that's a good counter. I think that's a good counter. We can keep him down to 4 still damage and then Monument next turn. This is tough, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's Ugin. There's Ugin. Can I kick this? 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I can't. All right, well. Actually, Monument is good here because I think that gets us to Ugin next turn regardless of the situation because that's 6 mana total right here, right? Yeah, we're good. We are chilling. Monument coming in clutch for us. Let's freaking go. Let's hope Winota doesn't hit though, because if Winota hits here, I'm sure it's going to, but if Winota hits here, they get 2 triggers. That potentially could be lethal. Let's see. Let's see. We just gotta hope for the best here, honestly. That's 4 damage. If they find a Haktos, we lose. We live. We live. We live by 1. Oh my god, let's go. And we gain life with the Ugin coming in. Oh my, and we get a Radiant Fountain. Oh my god, this is so perfect. This is so perfect. This is so perfect. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. See you later. alligator. All right, so we still have a relic and 1 land. So we don't have any turn 2 plays, nothing like that. So it's all good. It's all good. I thought the Elite Spellbinder was going to trigger, but I forgot I was a human. So thank God for that. That was a close one. Pretty sure we got this game stabilized though, because like I said, the fact that we're gaining life every turn now with the monument and whatnot, while they had that in hand, but only 1 mana open, they would have, oh, they gotta be fuming. They gotta be fuming right now. Definitely gonna gain a bunch of life here. Gonna go ahead and shoot you down. And we'll hold up divide by 0. Seems good. Also, yeah, let's just hold up divide by 0. Divide by 0, bounce whatever shenanigans they want back to their hand. And then, yeah, I mean, we just keep gaining life, keep throwing down the sickness, and just keep destroying their face. I think we've really got this game in lockdown now. We really threw them off by destroying that Winota play, and now they have to rebuild. Winota decks are not easy to rebuild from. If you're wiped out like that, they are not easy to rebuild from, because you need creatures that trigger Winota, and you need Winota on the field. So if you don't curve out, it's really tough. Let's go ahead and hit that. Back to your hand, and we'll go into the sideboard. Let's grab a fractal, sure. Let's grab a fractal. We have a lot of mana, so that could be a really big fractal. Like, look how much mana we have. These count as 2, by the way. All right, they stomped my Ugin. That's not nice. Ooh, we found a stadium here, huh? So much life gain. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Oh, Radiant Fountain. Oh, actually, I probably need blue too. Radiant Fountain, though, can gain us a little bit of life. Boom, boom. Yeah, I mean, we're back to 13. We went from 1 to 13. What a... Like, this is, like, cheating. When my deck really starts to flow, I just feel like you're cheating. It's crazy. This deck is so powerful, though. I really didn't see, like, a whole lot of synergies when I first put this together, but I'm like, it's so powerful, and we keep winning every game. It's wild. How many? We got 1 lore counter on that, so it's pretty relatively new. They can only hit Mana Rocks or Strixhaven. Yeah, they should go for Strixhaven. They basically just gave me another creature though, because I could just actually do 3, huh? We'll be seeing ya. Let's just 10 plus 16. Okay, so we got 16 mana open, so 14. Yikes. That's a big fractal. That's 1 big fractal. It's so sad too, because our opponent's probably willing to exile my Ugin, right? To give me a card draw. Well, now they're facing lethal. And even if they remove Ugin, we're gonna hurt their feelings. Oh man, there's nothing they can do. I'm surprised they're still in this game, to be honest. Good on them for staying in, but we only have 2 unknown cards. What could they possibly have to help them here? And even if it's a spell, I get to copy it, right? So it didn't matter. It didn't matter either way. Oh, I could have activated Crawling Barrens, but we had lethal. My bad. Could have activated Crawling Barrens there. Forgot I had it. Forgot it was sitting there. I was going to flash in Brazen Borrower, but man, we just freaking ran through Platinum pretty fast with that bad boy. That's going to be GG's though. We'll see you guys for some final thoughts. Peace. that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This one, like I said many times, it's very surprising how well this actually performed. It is so powerful, and I honestly don't seem to be dropping any games with it aside from the one game. Like I said, I currently have a 90% win rate with this deck, and I honestly didn't think it was very powerful with like Strixhaven Stadium, for example, right? So with this card, you typically want to look for as many synergies as possible in a deck, right? So Stadium's trying to win the game with these counters, so you want a lot of flyers, a lot of small creatures that come out early and fast and deal damage over time. But this actually becomes a pretty decent threat if we can protect it. So if we could just defend it and just keep tapping it for mana turn after turn, it can become a decent threat, and we can get to that 10 counters pretty quickly as long as we're bouncing our opponent's things, dividing them by 0, wiping the board. They're gonna have a hard time dealing damage to us in order to, you know, pull these triggers back down. So there is a little bit of synergy there that I didn't actually anticipate over time, and I really like where the deck is at. I really do. There's a lot of things you could honestly do with this deck. Like I said, there are things where you could like make this mono black, you can make it mono white. You can do things that, you know, fit your playstyle better. But the monument tied with these new cards like Wandering Archaic is so good. They do so many cool things, and I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the deck down below in the comments, and if you have any ideas of how to make some changes to this deck or make it any better, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be changing my version anytime soon. You know, 9-1 seems to be getting the job done. I might actually run this up to diamond real quick before I get off, but yeah, this deck was a lot of fun. But we've come to the part of the video where I like to give quick shout outs to all of you guys who have made it this far into the video. Thank you all so much for sticking around and sticking with me through the end of the video. It helps a lot. You have no idea. It really does. It helps push the video out to more people. So thank you so much for all of your support and everything you do every single day. Also, special shout out to all of my YouTube members, starting from the top to bottom. We've got I'm sorry, no, this isn't the top. We actually have a new member, Leonardo. And then we have Get Looky, we have Daisy, Jay, Kevin, Zeke, Watts, and Beef Drew. Thank you all so much for helping us out on the channel, you know, supporting us monetarily through the membership program. I really appreciate it. If you want to become a member, you can just hit that join button down below next to the subscriber button. It'll give you all the details on the things that you get, you know, as far as bonus content and as well as emotes. But go ahead and give that a click if you're interested, and it helps support the channel financially. It means the world to me. I'd really appreciate it. And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much again for your support, and the love on this channel has been amazing lately, so thank you all, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video next Monday. Until then, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.